Hello everyone. Today with the blessings of Ma Mongol Chondi, I would be talking about the mythology surrounding the praying of Ma Mongol Chondi by the Hindu Bengalis of India, and I would describe about the festivity that is also included during this puja. The worshipping of Ma Chandi takes place in the second month of the Hindu lunar calendar, the month of Jyeshtha, and it takes place only on Tuesdays. Goddess Chandi is the supreme manifestation of the divine power. We call her the Mongol Chondi because Mongol means good and prosperity, and Chondi is the name of the goddess, which means power. She is supposed to save us from any kind of difficult situation and kill the inner demon amongst us so that we can have a very prosperous and happy life, so that we can have victory against our enemies. She bestows joy, riches, and virtue within us. An eminent part of this worshipping consists of telling the mythological story behind the origin of Ma Mongol Chondi and why we pray to her. So, therefore, without any further ado, I will go ahead and tell you about why we worship Ma Mongol Chondi and the story behind it. Before we start the story and when we end the story, we have to say Joy Ma Mongol Chondi. Once upon a time there was a merchant who was very rich, and there was a businessman who was not so rich like the merchant. However, they both had something in common. The merchant had 7 sons, and the businessman had 7 daughters. The merchant always wanted a daughter, whereas the businessman wanted a son. But this was the sad thing, they didn't have the child that they really wanted. One day Marchundi, the goddess, decides that okay, let me go and try to help my devotees on earth. So she goes to the house of the businessman and asks his wife, "Can you give me something to eat?" And then the wife answers, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And then the goddess asks her that I can only ask of you for something if you have both sons and daughters. Then the businessman's wife answers, I'm sorry, I have only 7 daughters and no son. And then the goddess, who was dressed as a beggar, says, Sorry, I cannot take your alms because you have no son. Listening to this, the businessman's wife started crying and asked her, What can I do now? And then the goddess told her, Don't worry, pray to me, pray to the goddess Ma Mongol Chondi, and I will give you the boon of having a child. The goddess did the same thing with the merchant's wife as well, and soon the businessman had a son whom he called Joydev, and the merchant had a daughter whom he called Jayabati. Now Joydev and Jayabati start growing as a guy and a girl would of their age. Joydev keeps on playing games with his friends and enjoys hunting, whereas Jayabati is really nice and pious and prays to the goddess a lot. One day, Joydev finds a pigeon and he starts throwing pebbles on the pigeon. So the pigeon runs away and takes shelter in Jayabati's lap. Jayabati sees the plight of the poor pigeon and tells Joydev, Why are you hitting it? And Joydev says that it's only a bird, why can't I hit it? And Jayabati says that no, you should not, because the mother takes care of it and you should not be the one to decide if the pigeon should get hurt or not. This leads to an argument between Jayabati and Joydev. However, Jayabati sets the pigeon free and the pigeon flies away from them. Eventually, these kids grow up and they fall in love with each other. Joydev goes to his parents and says that he wants to marry Jayabati. But since Jayabati's family is richer than Joydev's family, so Jayabati's parents were not sure that they would be giving their daughters off to Joydev's family. In the night, Machondi comes to the dreams of the merchant and instructs him that he should give his daughter Joyabati to the boy called Joydev, who is a part of the businessman's family, because Joydev is a good suitor for Joyabati. So the merchant gives a grand marriage of Joydev and Joyabati. On the way from the bride's house to the groom's house, Jayavati remembers that it's a Tuesday and she should pray to the mother goddess, the goddess Chandi. So she starts reciting the prayers for Ma Mongol Chandi. At that time, Joydev asks her, "What are you doing, dear?" And she says that I'm praying to the mother goddess. And then Joydev thinks that it is very funny that she should be believing in God so much. So just for the sake of fun, he tells Jayabati that, "Do you know that there are so many robbers around here?" Jayabati didn't know about that. So then Joydev told her that you should actually give me your ornaments so that I can hide them for you, and then the robbers cannot rip us off from any jewelries. So Jayabati, who was pretty naive, gives him her jewelries. What Joydev does is he puts them in a cloth wrapper and throws it into the river. And when Jayabati arrives to her husband's house, all her husband's relatives are wondered by the fact that although Jayabati's family is so rich, they didn't give her a single ornament. They just sent their daughter wearing just a single piece of clothing. The next day was the day when the bride was supposed to cook for the family members of her husband. That day the fishermen had caught a big fish from the river, the same river where Joydev had thrown the cloth-wrapped ornaments into. This fish that got caught by the fishermen was actually the one that had eaten up the clothing with the ornaments. This fish was so big that nobody in the household wanted to cut it. But then Joydev suggested that since Joyabati is the wife and she should be performing different house chores, so she should be the one to actually cut the fish. Joyabati takes up the task, takes the name of Ma Chondi, and cuts the fish. Once she cuts the fish, she finds her ornaments, and then she wears the ornaments, and the whole family is amazed. She tells the whole family that how Joydev thought that he should hide the ornaments and had thrown it into the river. That day, single-handedly, Jayabati serves 64 different dishes to her husband's family. However, Joydev has no faith in God or goddesses, so he says that he still doesn't believe in Ma Mongol Chondi. Once Joydev and Jayabati have a child, Joydev tries to rethink of a plan of how to tell Jayabati that there is no presence of a Ma Mongol Chondi that is saving them. So in order to do that, he thinks of hurting the child. Firstly, he puts the child into a furnace. But when he puts the child into the furnace, the fire stops from burning, and so the child ends up being unhurt. And Jayabati thinks that it's because of the goddess that the child got saved. However, Joydev doesn't believe it. So the next thing he does is he decides to throw the child into the river, and he throws the child into the river. But then Ma Mongol Chondi comes and returns back the child to Jayabati, telling her that it's her husband who is trying to hurt the child. The next time, Joydev tries to axe the child using a cutter. But when he tries to hurt the child, his hand stops and the blade doesn't fall on the child. At that time, Jayabati comes and sees the perplexity in the face of Joydev and tells him, "Do you still believe that there is no goddess protecting us? Do you still believe that Ma Mongol Chondi is not helping us? You should stop trying to hurt us, and you should try to believe in the prosperity that Ma Mongol Chondi has already bestowed on us. And at that time, Joydev starts crying. And Joydev realizes that Ma Mongol Chondi has been keeping on saving the child's life, although he has taken so many attempts on the child's life. He asks sorry, and as soon as he shows his penance, his hand starts working again, the same hand that had stopped from throwing the axe onto the baby. So then Ma Mongol Chondi is pleased with both of them and tells them that they should keep on praying to her. And therefore, on the prosperous day of Tuesday, which actually is Mangalvar according to the Hindu calendar, which also means that the day of good, on that day, during the second lunar month, we pray to the goddess Ma Mongol Chondi. On this day, before the prayers, we don't eat anything, we keep a fast, and after that, we eat foods that we have already offered to the goddess. Generally, it would be curds, mangoes, flattened rice, and also bananas, different sweets. And in the night, we can have flour breads and things like that, which are good to eat. So with this, I end my story, Joy Ma Mongol Chondi, and I hope you guys like this story and want me to make more of the different mythological stories. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.